clergy this week, the leading executive clergy of the executive staff, was asked this week what we are passionate about. Oh, we love getting that question because we had an answer ready, and it's an honest question. They want to know, and we want to tell them, and we want to tell you. So I'm sharing with you the answer to that question. What are we passionate about? Well, and when I say we, I mean those of us you see up here, and some you don't, in robes, and including not only the clergy but even the lay leadership. So I think I'm speaking really for most people in leadership, certainly all in executive leadership. We are passionate about healing and liberating as many people as possible from oppressive theology. Now, what is oppressive theology? Theology is God talk, what we think about and what we say about God. And a lot of what I grew up hearing about God was the stuff of nightmares. And because of that, a lot of people are mean because you'll never be better than your God. If your God is mean, you're probably going to be mean. And so a lot of people are mean, or a lot of people are turned off religion, or a lot of people worship out of fear. And none of that is healthy. A God who rejects anyone, who punishes people for their honest questions, who demands belief in the unbelievable, who gives even half a damn about who I dance the horizontal hula with, or at this stage in life, the middle-aged mambo. A God who cares about how much water is used for baptism, if baptism is even done at all, or who forbids critical thinking about poetic and allegorical text. A God who is in opposition to science, which is just the rules and discoveries and nature of things that this God supposedly has put in motion. A God who is afraid or jealous or angry or cruel or tribal is just simply not God enough. And I want anyone with any God trauma to be healed, set free, and delivered. Well, what if in that process people, they just give up on theology? Better know theology than bad theology. If you have to choose between any theological system, dogma, doctrine, creed, hermeneutics, if you have to choose between that and love, always pick love, because you can get the other stuff wrong. You can't get love wrong. So go with love. Some of us will go with love and God language. Some people will go with love without the God language, but love is what is important. Now, beyond deconstructing oppressive theologies, we are passionate about getting our narrative that counters toxic theologies into as many lives as possible. Now, when I say our narrative, it is not a competition for souls. That narrative is already out there and has lots of different dialects and vocabularies. No, we're not trying to say all of those people promising you heaven are wrong. We're the ones who can get you to heaven. I don't tell you that there is a heaven. I've never been there. I don't know. But I don't need there to be one for me to live my life of faith and goodwill and love and justice seeking. If there is a heaven, I am well prepared for it. Probably be better when I get there. But if there's not one, then I will have spent this life making it more heavenly. And either way, that is all God-centered for me. So when I say our counter narrative, it isn't a competing narrative. It is saying any narrative that tormented you, any narrative that was cruel to you, any narrative that frightened you, we're telling you, you don't have to go with that narrative. That's our narrative. Is that you don't have to believe anything that insulted you. You don't have to believe anything that demeaned you, diminished you, or dehumanized you. And we want this counter narrative into more and more lives. And so that's why the performing arts here at Sunshine Cathedral are so important to us, because it gathers people that wouldn't step foot in here for any other reason. And that's why the social services that we participate in are so important to us, because it gets us showing divine love, which looks exactly like human compassion. It gets us helping people in need of help who might not come here. We can go to them, or we can provide a safe way for them to be here. That's why resource sharing is so important to us. There are thousands of people on this campus every week, and most of them don't worship with us on Sunday mornings. That's why social media is so important, because it is the world that we live in. The world is electronic. The world is virtual. And that's why our streaming broadcasts are so important to us. Someone told me Friday night here for an event, I didn't know him. I'd never met him. He says, I watch you every Sunday, and I join most days of the week for midday prayer. I'm like, well, why? And he lives here. Why are you doing online? Because I work at another church. And so to get what he wants to get, he's watching us. If you'll notice, when I call out the names where people are, a third or more of them are from this county. And so that's why it's so important. There are people in the United Kingdom, there are people in Appalachia, there are people in Mexico who are watching us online. And because they have to go to another church for some reason or another. This person was on the staff. That's why he's got to be there. So that you have to, we're reaching people that this is how they can be part of this loving community and message. And we want that so much. We want that so much. And so we're passionate about it. So yes, we say, please support this and support that. And sometimes people will say to me, but that doesn't benefit me directly. I get all that I need here. Good for you. God bless you. Now let's make sure someone else gets it. And if they can't come here to get it, let's take it to them. Isn't that what love does? And so we are zealous to get this message out in every way possible, and to let more and more people know that they are persons of sacred value. We are zealous to offer joy where people have been encumbered with despair. We are zealous to offer hope where they have been stifled by fear. We are zealous to offer love where they have been tyrannized by loneliness. We are passionate about spirituality connecting rather than alienating people. We are passionate about encouraging people to use head and heart on their spiritual journeys. We are passionate about love conquering fear. We are passionate about feeding people, and we mean that literally. We are passionate about helping people live healthier lives. We are passionate about providing safe shelter for people in need, and we have an exciting announcement coming up soon about that. We are passionate about defanging the Bible that should have never been weaponized to begin with. We are passionate about affirming your embodied, loving, earth-dwelling, happiness-deserving selves. And we are passionate about building a community where our God is love, and kindness is our worship, and compassion is our prayer, and the sacred value of all people is our creed, and healing the hurts caused by hatred is our mission. Now, all we need is for every single one of you to share this passion with us. My clarion call is for us to simply be the different kind of church we are meant to be. Inclusive, community building, transformational, and justice seeking. May we be blessed as we live into this mission. Amen.